I is equal to 2. So 2 is greater than or equal to 2. Then A of 2 is equal to, because A of I is equal to A of I minus 1, A of 1. So that means this will be copied. I have already written there, right? Next, when I becomes 1, 1 is greater than or equal to 2, this becomes wrong. Then this becomes wrong. Then the control will come out of the for loop. Next, what we are going to do? We are going to write, copy this key element there. So what is the statement you will write here after the for loops? Yeah, this condition is perfect. It is working properly. So we can keep this. Okay. So now whatever is the position of I in this I position. So what will be the value of I? When you reduce it, it becomes 1. In that position, the key element goes. Okay. So this is the only logic behind the insert function. So how you are going to write this insert function? So insert function also, it is not going to return anything. Okay. So we need to, and what are we supposed to send here? The insert function should have, insert is the name of the function. It should have the elements, the base address, then, this is the function call. So I should write only the base address A and the number of elements and what is the position and what is the key element. I want to send all these 4 elements to this function. So I will write the function definition now, void, and name of the function is insert, and it's going to accept, this is a base address. You need to have a pointer variable int A and int n, the number of elements, and int position, where are you going to store that, in which position you are going to store that key element and the key element itself. So I am going to ask the user to enter the position and the key value in the main function itself. Okay. So because we are going to use this for loop, you need an index variable. Let us define that, let us declare that variable, and here because I don't need anything like, okay, I need to display anything. I need not to display anything as far as this insert function is concerned. So directly I am going with the for loop. I is equal to n. I is greater than or equal to position. Okay. I minus minus, and A of I is equal to A of I minus 1, and you are inserting this key element in this. And one very important thing I forgot to tell you here, because the number of elements were 3 earlier. Now as we added one more, inserted one more element, the number of elements will become n plus 1. So that's why I'm increasing the value of n, okay, here. But if I'm increasing the value of n, then it will not be reflected, because it becomes, the local variable for this function, it will not be reflected in the main function. So the best way for this is to declare this as int as the global variable. Okay. So in the previous functions also, please change that. Yeah, n plus. Okay. So int n must be the global variable. Otherwise, I need to return that, which will be stored, and that will become a mess. Okay. So that's why I don't want to use this n, send this n as a, use this n as a local parameter. That will be the global parameter. Okay. So next, this is about the insert function. Then what about the delete function? Okay. So in the previous functions, please make a note that the function definitions will be changing. So that means here the create function, in the create function, just we send the base address A only, and in the display function also, just we send the base address, the name of the array. And when you write the function header, then you will write int asterisk A, that's it. Okay. And in the same way, when you write the display function, you write display and int, then asterisk A. You can remove that A. Okay, this is a function header, it typically won't be there. So remove that, please remove that n from the parameters in the function header. That parameter n has to be removed because we have to declare that as a global parameter. Okay. So next, how you are going to delete the element, okay, from the given array. So for deleting an array also, suppose this is the one, the latest one, okay. So I want to delete again 40 from this array. So how am I going to do? Because this 40 is deleted, then this should be shifted further, okay. So how you are going to do that? Position is equal to 2 again, okay. So that means a of 1 position is equal to, from the position 2 I want to delete, and you don't need any key elements or something, okay, because just deletion. So what I am going to do is, first of all I need to know what is the element which has been deleted. Okay, so if the position is equal to 2, I need to store this somewhere, like a of position minus 1, I am storing it somewhere. Okay, I am storing this a of position minus 1 somewhere in some variable, let it be key. Then after that, what I am going to do, 40 is stored, like key is equal to 40 is stored here. Now I want to shift, because this is no longer needed, so this can be shifted, okay, shifted in this position. 2 will be shifted in the 1 and 3 will be shifted in 2. So how can I do that? If I shift this 30 first, we will be losing this value 20. So for that purpose, what I do is, first I will shift whatever is there in the second position into the first position. After that, I do shift the value in the third as in 2. Okay, so this will be copied here and this will be copied here. Next, what do I do? Because this is no longer needed, right? So I will reduce the value of n to n minus 1. Okay, because the number of elements have been reduced to not n minus 1. So you can directly write n minus minus or minus minus n, anything you can write. So this is the only logic behind this. So but here, how you are going to generalize this? Okay, so this is just an example. User may give any value for n or any other values. He can give, the position also can be anything. So for that purpose, again it's a shifting, no? So again you will go with the for loop. So how did you do this? This is I is equal to this 2, whichever is there in 2, that is the position, the value you will get in position, it has been shifted here. So I am starting with position, I is equal to position. Okay, until when you are going to get this values, I is less than or equal to n. Okay, let us see, again there may be a problem here, and I plus plus. Okay, and now how I am going to do that? So a of, now here we are in this position. Now this has to come here. That means position I minus 1 is equal to a of I. So whatever is there in the ith position, that should be copied into I minus 1. Okay, so what happens? Okay, let me before that, key is equal to a of position. First you store that. So what happens? This is a scenario. So key is equal to this becomes a of position. A of position is nothing but this 40. So key is equal to 40. Next, I is here itself I'll show you. I is equal to position, that is 2. Okay, that is 2, and 2 is less than or equal to 4. No, already we had updated when we inserted that. So 2 is less than or equal to 4. Okay, now a of 1 is equal to a of I. So that is equal to 2. So that means now this becomes 20. Okay, when I is equal to, then increment I becomes 3. 3 is less than or equal to 4. Yes. So what happens? A of 2, a of I minus 1, 2 is equal to a of 3. And that's all, no? So we don't have any other element. So what we have to do? We need to make this as less than. Then only this will happen. I is equal to 4. 4 is less than or equal to 4. Then this is wrong. Then a of, wrong. This is the condition becomes false. It comes out of this one. Now what we have to do, because here, this has been copied into this, and we no longer needed this element. Okay, so here you just decrement the value of n, and what you are going to do is you can return the key element. Otherwise here itself you can write. So print f, the deleted element is the element deleted or deleted element deleted is, okay, percentage d and key. You can print that element which has been deleted. Okay, this is the only logic behind this delete. Okay, so here we can write the delete function as void, because we are not going to return any element here. So delete, name of the function, and I'm just using DELE. Okay, so for delete, what do you need? You need the array. Okay, so the array and int position. Okay, which position? Already I told you n we are taking as an as a global parameter, so no need to send it. Okay, then because we are going to use the for loop here, int I, you need a variable for index, so int I, then for same logic, I is equal to position. Okay, I is less than n and I plus plus a of I minus 1 is equal to a of I. Okay, then next reduce the value of n here. Okay, so and also before that you have to store the value at position into key, and now you can print that the element, the deleted element is, the deleted element is, then you can write key here. Okay, so this is about the delete function which we are going to use in the this function. Okay, so next, all these functions together can be put in the main function now. So as I told you, we are going to make a menu driven program for this, where in the main function we are going to declare a menu and asking the user to choose any choose any of the operations, any of the functions. Okay, or read or display or insert or delete. Okay, so this is void main, and here I'm going to declare the elements. Okay, so int a, I'm declaring an array. Okay, array, and I need n. N is not needed because the global variable, and I'm going to use one ch. Okay, so let us, for the timing, let these two the variables choice. The variable is used to choose a choice, like whether it is insert or delete or something like that. Okay, and this, because all this menu has to be displayed again and again to the user so that he can choose different options. So I need a while loop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a while loop here, and here that while loop I'm writing while of 1, while of true. So this is very dangerous in the sense, if you don't have any exit option from this or break option, it will be it will go into infinite loop. Make sure that you had because we are going to the question itself, it is given one of the options must be exit, so that's why I'm using this while of 1. Okay, so now I want to display as soon as this program executes executed, then I need to display what are all the choices the user have. So for that purpose, I'm just displaying all those choices. The first one is to create, so I'm writing 1 to create. Okay, then I want to display all these choices one after the other in the new lines. Okay, so I'm giving new line character, and second is to display. Okay, and third will be insert, and fourth will be delete. Okay, and fifth will be exit. Fifth will be exit. Choose your choice. Okay, enter your choice. You can write that also. Okay, now I will read that choice into the variable called ch. Now the value ch will have a value. It can be either 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, So now I need to check this choice, right? Switch choice. Then the switch statement is the better to use it here. Otherwise you can go with the else, if else also, but ladder also, but switch will be the best choice. Okay, then if the value of the switch is 1, so what is 1? Create. Then you need to call the function called create. And what is it needed for with the create? Because we need to have the number of elements also. So let us ask the user to enter the number of elements. Printf, enter the number of elements in the array. Enter the number of elements. Okay, so now read the element. Scanf %d &n. Okay, after that you can call that create function, create, and you are just sending the base address of this array, because n is a global variable, there is no need to send it. Next, case 2. What is case 2? Display all the elements. So you don't need any data for that displaying the elements. Simply you can call that display, then send the base address of this array. Okay, sorry, break statement would be there, no? Otherwise all the cases will be executed. And here also you have a break statement. Okay, then the case 3. Case 3. So what do you need for this case 3? You need to send the key element where which has to be inserted as well as the position. So first I would like to ask the user to send, enter the key and position. Okay, so I'm going to read this together. So scanf %d and I'm going to use this key and position. Okay, percentage position. Here I'm using these two variables. Let us declare that here. So position. Okay. Now after having this, I'm just calling the function insert, and I'm sending a and key and position to that particular function. Please remove that n from the function headers, and here break. Okay, I'll continue this case 4 from here, and this is the case 4. Case 4 is for the delete. Okay, and you don't require any data for that. Just you can write DELE, then you send this you need the position from where you are going to delete the element. So ask the user to enter the position. So enter the position where you need to delete. Enter the position. Okay, and read it. Scanf %d & position and break it. Okay, the last one is nothing but exit. I'm not going to use any default and all, because the first program, let it be very simple. So case 5, then this will be exit of 0. Okay, so there are two choices here, exit of 0 and exit of 1. What is the difference between exit of 0 and exit of 1? Why we are not writing exit of 1? Exit of 0 says that our program has been executed successfully and we are exiting from the program. If you met with any error or something like that, then you write 1. Like suppose in dynamic memory allocations, you can't allocate the memory. So for that purpose, you want to stop the program abruptly. Then in that case, you'll write the exit of 0. Okay, so this is the end of the switch case and this is the end of the while statement. Because this exit of 0 is there, then while of 1 is safe. Otherwise, it will go into infinite loop. So this is the end of the while loop and this is the end of the main function. So this is all about the first program. I mean, all the functions which are given in the question, everything has been, every function has been addressed here. Every function has been written here. Okay, so only the one problem was like I didn't declare that n as a global parameter, and the first two functions I had explained taking that n as a local parameter in those functions. Please make sure that you are not going to repeat that n again. So let it be the global variable. Thank you so much.